If you need any Xbox or PlayStation codes or anything gaming related, check the referral links down in the description. They'll take you to g2a.com. They already have a discount on most of their goods already, and with the code CHES at checkout, you can get yourself an extra 3% off as well. Hey guys, how's it going? Chez back again, and welcome to episode number 12 of the Atletico Madrid Career Mode series here on FIFA 15. We start with a game away from home at La Canchita, playing Elche CF, or Elche FC, if you're English. But of course, as you can see, team news going on in the background. Unfortunately, there isn't really this sort of voiceover stuff that you get for the Premier League in many of the games in other countries, or at least not in Spain. I haven't tried in Germany, etc., or France, although I wouldn't expect it to be in Liga, maybe Bundesliga, although maybe it'll be something they're adding into the series, or adding into the FIFA series, I mean, for future games. You know, maybe they'll get licensing for different leagues, etc., which would actually be really, really good. That'd be fantastic for career mode side of things. But the BPL is really fun to play in, as is La Liga right now. We currently sit top of the table, level on points, I think, with Barcelona, but with a game in hand. So hopefully we can get ourselves above them with a win in today's game against Elche. We'll try and get ourselves off to a decent start here. Jimenez actually gets taken out, and we're going to pick up a penalty. Now, it looked as if he'd just been pulled to the ground, but on second thoughts, after looking at the replay, it looks as if he just bumped into Alessio Cerci and went flying. See, a little nudge there, and then bang, gets headbutted by Cerci, goes to the ground, referee gives a penalty, and we have a chance to go 1-0 up. Now, Jimenez hasn't played barely any football for me for the past few episodes, because whenever I do play him, I just do not get on with him whatsoever. I'm definitely going to sell him in the upcoming transfer window, and this was just a good opportunity for me, really, to put him into the shot window. But he converts the penalty very, very well indeed. Hopefully we'll be able to drum up some interest from the fact that he's so far had a decent game, or a decent opening 15 minutes at least. But they're actually going to come at me straight away from kickoff here, building up a nice move. Coro into Jonatas. Jonatas back to Coro. Coro finds Aaron with the through ball. I'm just going to say Aaron. It's probably not pronounced Aaron. But he rifles it into the top right-hand corner, and they're back on level terms just 2 minutes after going behind. So Elche proving that they're not actually as bad a team as I perhaps thought they were. I underestimated them a little bit, but they are sat 9th in the table, so, you know, they're decent. So we square the ball across here, though, and Jimenez picks up his second goal of the game. A tap-in to go along with the penalty that he scored earlier on. So 2 goals for him, although not exactly 2 of the hardest goals to score. All of the work done down the left-hand side before he tidily slots in from 5 yards underneath the goalkeeper. Elche, although, were going to come back at me again, trying to keep them out this time, though, rather than letting them score an instant equaliser yet again. Gonzalez is going to thread the ball through to Coro. Coro actually tidily finesses it into the top right-hand corner, but fortunately for me, he was just a yard offside and the goal didn't count. So they almost repeated exactly the same feat they did half an hour earlier. Fortunately, though, they didn't, but they're actually going to have another chance here before the end of the first half, drawing a good save out of Miguel Moya before we catch them on the counter-attack. Arda Turan linking up with Jimenez there. Jimenez makes a good run in behind, found with the lovely lob through ball from Arda Turan, and then surely it's just a simple case of racing away, slotting it underneath the goalkeeper. Now, after me slating him off, putting him in to try and just drum up some interest, you guys having a go at me in the comments for not playing him, I put him in and he scores a first half hat-trick. I didn't enjoy playing with him, though, despite him scoring a first-half hat-trick. It was really weird. He just seemed to score the goals. He didn't really do anything else for the rest of the game, and it was a good save there by... actually, I think I was playing a Blacking goal in this game, not Miguel Moya, drawing a good save out of him there. Koke and Saul coming on then for Arda Turan and Gabby. Turan coming off seemingly pleased with the work that he's put in so far, of course picking up the assist for that second goal. So we do sit 3-1 up as we head into the latter stages of the second half. As you can see, Elche trying to build something up down this right hand side. Mosquera actually whips in a good ball. Jonatas can't quite win the initial ball, but Victor finds Jonatas again, and he finds the back of the net. A really, really good poacher's finish, found just 5 yards out, rifles it into the back of the net. He celebrates wildly, the crowd go nuts, but it wasn't enough. Raul Jimenez hat-trick gives us all 3 points. So if I wanted to put him in the shot window, I couldn't have done it better than that. He scored a first half hat-trick, 3 goals for him, and as you can see, we're now progressing into the January transfer window, and we'll have our chance to improve the squad for the first time this series. But we have had some shock news. I see you've got an offer there for Arda Turan, and then he's come to me and said this: I'm leaving. I've had enough here and I just can't settle. No hard feelings, but I just can't stay somewhere where I don't feel at home. The club has tried hard to make things right, but I don't feel you were ever really that keen on me. Which I was. He's my top goal scorer and playing more so than anyone else in the side. Now, I need to be somewhere where I feel more part of things and where they play a style I think suits my game a bit better than here. You're my top goal scorer, Arden. How can we not suit your game? I'm not sure how this works, but I can let you have a written transfer request later today if that's okay. It's not fucking okay. I don't want to let you go, but now you've done that and you've said you're homesick, you know damn well if I reject any offers for Arda Turan, the board will just let him leave for a discount price. So my only task at hand now is to try and maximise the profit I can get for my best player. Chelsea offer 25 million. No way he's going for 25 million if he's valued 20. You'll be able to see me in a second counter-offering 55 million. That is an acceptable fee for a player I don't want to get rid of. You're going to have to pay through the nose. And in fact, they came back and said, actually, we'll give you 44 million, which is 20 million more than they initially offered me. Now, I have no real option here other than to accept this £44 million offer. I can reject it and put in a counter offer, but they will most probably reject any further counter offers after jumping already 19 million to the next bid, and I can't reject it because the board will just sell him at a discount price. So I'm going to stall for now, but I will accept this bid for Arda Turan in the next episode. And now that will give us a big transfer budget though, because of course we had 29.5 million. We've had the 10 million added for the progression out of the Champions League group stage. So that gives us 39 million. And then we're going to get, I think it's 85% of the sell-on fee for Arda Turan as well. So we're going to have close to 75-80 million pounds to spend in this January transfer window, and we already sit top of the league. So clearly we don't need too much, extra talent into the squad to be able to make ourselves unbeatable. But there are quite a few players that I want to get rid of. But Friday's episode, rather than having a lot of gameplay in it, I'll just make it a purely transfer targets episode. So let me know in the comment section down below what players you would like me to sign. I'm looking for a striker to replace Raul Jimenez, although I have someone in mind. I'm thinking actually if Arda Turan is moving on, I'll move Churchy from out wide into a central position, play him at cam, and then I'll replace him with a winger out wide. I have someone in mind for that position as well, but of course I'm willing to take suggestions from you guys in the comments and on Twitter as well, at Chesnoy Gaming. You'll find a link in the description down below. I'm also looking for potentially a central midfielder because Thiago is retiring at the end of this particular season, and Ruben Perez and Guy Lavoga, who are out on loan currently, aren't necessarily of the quality I'm going to need to hold down a first team place alongside Gabby and Mario Suarez. So that's a potential improvement there as well. Defence wise, I think we're okay. So I don't think I need any defenders, I don't think I need any goalkeepers, but if you could suggest me a centre mid, a winger, or maybe even just a straight cam that we could replace Arda Turan with and keep Churchy out wide, and a striker as well. They are the positions I'm looking for, so if you could offer me some suggestions, I'll be very much obliged. Like I say, I've got an idea in mind for a winger, and I've got an idea in mind for a striker, but I'll of course match that with the sort of suggestions that you guys offer me as well. So go nuts in the comments, go nuts at me on Twitter, tweet me loads, Facebook me loads, and drop loads of comments in the comment section down below. But right now the task at hand is to get ourselves back in this game, because as you can see, Levante have themselves a 1-0 lead here. Levante, of course, the second team in Valencia, behind Valencia, and we're technically the second team in Madrid behind Real. So obviously another battle of the underdogs like we had against Espanyol earlier on in the season, because they're the second team in Barcelona, behind of course FC Barcelona. So trying to get ourselves a win here if we possibly can. Jimenez playing again, obviously, just scored a hat-trick. I can't exactly drop him after that, can I? But he wasn't really anywhere near as effective in this game as I hoped he would be. Churchy, the drawing, good save out of the goalkeeper, and unfortunately the man that had the follow-up shot was offside, so they got a free kick for that. But we're into the second half now. Raul Garcia had come on for Raul Jimenez because he just returned to his donkey status, was absolutely useless. So Raul Garcia is the man onto the pitch trying to make the difference. Diego Godin has the header from that particular corner, but it flies over the top of the bar. He doesn't score as many goals as he does in real life for me on FIFA right now, although I am terrible at scoring from corners, so that's probably the main reason for that. But Antoine Griezmann fires the ball into Koke. Lovely turn inside from Koke, great turn inside the second man, and a beautiful little swept finish into the far bottom corner brings us back on level terms at 1-1. Now Koke's place in the team was kind of under threat because of the form of Arda Turan, but if Turan's going to be moving on, Koke's definitely going to be staying, and that may in turn see Antoine Griezmann stay at the club and not move on, because I'm going to need to bring players in rather than move players out to bring players in, because I'm losing someone before I start my transfer activity. So as you can see, we currently have a transfer budget of £39.5 million. That will be increasing dramatically when I accept that offer from Chelsea in the next episode to give us an extra 40 million or so, thanks to the offer from Chelsea, and of all clubs rather, to sell my best player to. I'd rather it went to Chelsea than say Barcelona or Real Madrid. Although speaking of Barcelona, we have 3 games in a row coming up against Barca, 2 in the Spanish Cup and 1 in La Liga, as you can see. So we'll have the first 2 of those in Saturday's episode after the transfer targets video on Friday. So let me know in the comment section on Twitter and on Facebook what players you think I should sign for Atletico Madrid in this January transfer window. As you can see, we currently sit top of the table, 4 points clear of Barca, though they do have a game in hand. So if they win that and then beat us in that La Liga game, they'll go top, but they still remain unbeaten, the only team to do so in the league, so it's not going to be easy by any stretch of the imagination. But that's going to bring today's episode, guys, to a close. Thank you very much for watching. Feel free to leave the video a like if you enjoyed, of course, and check the channel page for anything you may have missed over the past few days, whether it's this series, the My Player series, or the Chelsea Career Mode series as well. But for now, that's going to bring this to a close. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time.